Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Kevin West. I am the Superintendent of Schools in the East Orange Public School District. One of the things that I would really like the NAACP to know about me as an educator, as a man, as a father, as a grandfather, as a mentor, is that although we have people in the community that are really working hard, we still need organizations like the NAACP more than ever before. With so much going on in our society and so many injustices, it's going to be very crucial that we continue to have strong, bold leadership organizations like the NAACP who can advocate for our people and make sure that we get the justice that we rightfully deserve. I think one important thought that I would like to share with us today is that the things that you tell yourself each day will either knock you down or lift you up. And it's very important that you do and say things and have positive affirmations that are going to lift you up, because as you lift yourself up, you can better lift our people up. And it's so important that we do everything and that we continually strive to our fullest capabilities and meet all of our challenges head on in the years ahead. Once again, thank you, NAACP of the Oranges and Maplewood.
My name is Theodore Stevens, and I'm the Essex County Surrogate, and I am honored and humbled to receive an award from the NAACP of the Oranges and Maplewood. In the 104-year history of this organization, they have done so much to improve the lives of Essex County residents, and so to receive this honor is something that I certainly did not expect. A lot of people are not aware of what the surrogate does. I am the only elected judge in the state of New Jersey. Every county has one surrogate. When I was running for office, after being a municipal judge for 17 years, I would give a long speech about what my qualifications were, and I would get two questions. One, what's your name again? And the second is, just what the heck is a surrogate? And the surrogate is this elected judge, and my primary duties are to preside over cases involving estates, both will and non-will estates, but we also handle the very important functions of guardianship applications, adoptions, and I am the trustee of $36 million in minors trust funds. So everyone who comes to the surrogates court comes in a state of anxiety, and I'm happy to report that everyone who comes through our doors not only gets professional care, but they also get compassionate care as well. In closing, I want to thank the NAACP of the Oranges and Maplewood, especially the president, Tom Perrier, the officers, and the board members. I also want to thank those of my friends who are in attendance here today to support me, especially the Honorable Leroy Jones, who is the East Orange and the Essex County Chairman. I want to thank Ms. Rita D. Butts, my girlfriend, and of course, in her own right, a staunch advocate for seniors in East Orange and everywhere. And last but not least, I want to thank my 93-year-old Aunt Emily Smith, who reminds us always, consistent with what the motto of this year's program is, that we have endured so much and accomplished so much, and she is a living testament to that. Let's keep enduring, let's keep overcoming, and we too shall overcome. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Gail M. Velox, and I would first like to thank the NAACP for this award. This is such an honor and deeply humbling. I'm the president of the Orange Education Foundation, a not-for-profit educational foundation established in the township of Orange, New Jersey. We service the children, or I should say, we act as a support service for the children in the Orange Public Schools. We provide scholarships, we provide monies for special events, such as giving the robotics team $2,000 to go to the finals in Amsterdam. In my professional career, I worked as a teacher of the handicapped for the Newark Board of Education. I retired in 2000, and after that, I worked as a long-term substitute teacher for Orange, the Orange Board of Education, working with autistic and emotionally challenged young people. Additionally, since my retirement, I worked as a consultant for Bethany Baptist Church in Newark, where I'm a member, in the establishment of their elementary school. I am also a founder of the University Heights Charter School. The NAACP has always been forefront in my life because of its integrity. It's the education one reaps from the intensity of the work that the NAACP does. And it gives me a tremendous amount of hope for the future, for looking at what is ahead. We've come a long way, but we've still got a long way to go.
Hello, we're excited to talk to you about the Jaguar Track Club, and we're pleased and honored to receive this recognition from the NAACP. We've been fortunate to have 3 athletes make it into the Olympic trials, and one actually make it into the Olympics. That was Olivia Baker last year and as a track runner. And we've also had Ibtihaj Muhammad make it into the Olympics as a fencer. And we've also had Chanel Price also compete in the Olympic trials. Actually, she's competed in a couple of Olympic trials in the last couple of years. So that's pretty much the framework of what our club is.
We started a program called Inside Track to help a lot of our kids understand what you need to do to get into college, to get a scholarship for college. And it wasn't just the kids, it was the parents too. Surprisingly, they really weren't aware of all the nuances that they had to go through. So what we did is we put together sessions for high school parents, the upper and lower grades, then also middle school parents, because we've got issues like the achievement gap, we've got leveling in schools, we've got folks making decisions on charter versus private versus public schools, and they're not always on top of what's going on.
We too have partnered, just like the NAACP has partnered with other faith-based organizations as well as other organizations. When you guys produced the workshop on parent to school pipeline, we too have done similar things with our Inside Track. It's important in terms of not just the athletic and physical welfare of our children, but also from an educational perspective, that we as community partners work for the benefit of our children. And that's something that Jaguar Track family has done throughout the state of New Jersey. We commend the NAACP for their work, and we appreciate the fact that we are able to emulate and continue that same type of work for these 20 years. Our motto is train your mind to lead and train your body to follow. Education is important, and spiritual welfare is important, as well as physical activity and athleticism is important. We want our kids to grow. We want our kids to be successful citizens in this state. And as partners with NAACP and other organizations, we hope to continue that into the future. We are grateful for this honor. We appreciate the recognition.
I'm Sarah Jones, Director of Government Affairs for Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. I want to congratulate the Oranges and Maplewood branch of the NAACP, and I also want to thank them for honoring me this year for this award. I had an internship with Congressman Pascrell my last semester of college, which really got me engaged into the political process and learning more about laws and how they're made. I then from there went and interned for Congressman Payne Sr., the late Congressman Payne Sr., and then I was hired to be a special assistant and work on his outreach in the Essex County area. The same issues that we were dealing with even as I was a teenager with education, also you see today with empowering students on a number of issues with the grade levels, also with the amount of punishment for a student based on their race. These are all issues that the NAACP years ago was focused on that we're now seeing repeated today, where there continues to be a need for organizations that are ready to engage and also mobilize the communities to talk about these issues. One thing that's so important too that the NAACP does on a national and local level is definitely to get young African Americans engaged in the political process. When I was in college and even now, the voter registration drives that you do, also voter education, which is so important to show that yes, every vote counts. That's something that, of course, from my background is of course near and dear to me, but also is something that is really needed and critical, and that's a big important piece that the NAACP does.
My name is Clifford Colwyn, and I'm the Rabbi of Temple Ben Abraham in Livingston. Ours is an old congregation founded in Newark nearly 165 years ago. And in addition to being a place of worship and religious education and community for our members throughout that time, we've always had a mission as well to do our part to help the less fortunate among us. And of late, in recent years, part of that has been an involvement in programs to provide nutrition and food to those members of our local community for whom that's a bit of a challenge. We had the wonderful good luck over the past year of partnering with the NAACP in this new effort to connect us with the Elmwood Presbyterian Church here at East Orange, and together we have had this marvelous partnership joining together to help the local community. It's wonderful to think that we have made a difference in helping these people's lives, and the fact that this is a result of a collaboration of these two houses of worship with the leadership of the NAACP is especially meaningful. The NAACP's own rich history is, to put it mildly, more than significant in the impact it's had on our country. And as a longtime member of our local chapter, I've had the opportunity to view firsthand so much of the important work it has had to do, both for the African American community specifically, but for all civil rights issues in general. Our congregation is honored to be honored in this way today, and I think the most significant part of honor is simply the added impetus it will give us to remain involved with this church, with the NAACP, and continue to do our best to fulfill the mission we see ourselves as having as Jews, to make the world around us as good as it possibly can be.
Hello, I'm Pastor Hadari Williams, and I'm a co-pastor here at Elmwood United Presbyterian Church. I would like to thank the NAACP for honoring our service to the community and our partnerships with the Temple Ben Abraham and the NAACP in servicing our community through Cafe 5000. Elmwood believes in taking its ministry beyond the walls. Cafe 5000 is a concept that comes from the biblical text where Jesus was able to feed the 5,000 and more. And our hope was that Cafe 5000 would do just that. We are grateful for the collaborative work and the efforts that have been given to us by those volunteers through the NAACP and the Temple. We're grateful for our membership here at Elmwood who has stepped up to the plate to help us take ministry beyond the four walls. In these uncertain times, it is so important that churches and community organizations work together to service the needs of those in our communities. We're grateful that you are honoring us, and we are so pleased to be honored by the NAACP on this day. I sit here and thank you on behalf of the Elmwood United Presbyterian Session, its members at all three locations, and we ask that you would continue to work with us in years to come, and we pray God's blessings upon all your efforts and all the work that you do. Thank you so much.